Bryson DeChambeau. He's one of the most recognizable golfers on the planet. Today, fans love to watch him smash 400-yard drives and play with celebrities on YouTube, but it wasn't always that way. Thanks to his treatment from the media, he used to be one of golf's villains before he chose to reshape his image all by himself. Let's dive into his journey from villain to superstar and how the media has shaped our perception of the golfer many of us know. But first, why is the media so interested in him? It's because he hits the ball like this.
We go over to the tee at 1. Look where he is aimed this. I've never seen anybody aim that far to the right.
Bryson DeChambeau's story starts long before the PGA Tour ever knew his name. Growing up in Modesto, California, he wasn't just another junior golfer grinding through tournaments. Even as a kid, Bryson approached the game like a scientist. While others copied their favorite pros, he was busy questioning every angle, every variable, every swing concept he
I
could
don't
get
really
his
try to
hands
think
on.
about it that as much, but it's very fun for me, and I enjoy having that reputation right now.
In high school and later at SMU, that curiosity only intensified. Bryson became known as the golf physicist. His single-length irons, his obsession with biomechanics, his willingness to challenge tradition, these set him apart long before he turned pro. By the time he captured both the NCAA championship and the U.S. Amateur in 2015, it was clear. Bryson wasn't just talented, he was redefining what a young golfer could be. Part athlete, part engineer, and entirely his own blueprint.
When Bryson DeChambeau first joined the PGA Tour, he immediately stood out for doing things completely differently. Instead of relying on feel, like most golfers, Bryson treated the game like a science experiment. He used a full set of irons that were all the same length to create a more consistent swing, and he focused on details most players ignored, like air density, ball speed, and launch angles. Because of this, most people started calling him the mad scientist. At first, it seemed unusual, but his results proved it worked. He began winning tournaments and even captured the 2020 U.S. Open with a power-focused strategy that changed how people viewed the course. He later pushed things even further by getting involved in long drive competitions, showing that he wasn't just trying to compete, he was trying to change the way golf is played.
People started getting tired of Bryson's approach, though. They thought it was foolish. He was focused on smashing the ball as far as he could, and he was even quoted saying that he was looking at Augusta National, the home of the Masters, as a par 67 because he could hit the ball so far. The comment was seen as incredibly disrespectful by many, and Bryson's play at Augusta didn't really back up his words. Fans, media, and players all expressed their dislikes, and Bryson became someone people loved to hate.
One major turning point in Bryson DeChambeau's career was his move to Live Golf in 2022. He left the PGA Tour for Live Golf's new format, larger contracts, and team-based competition. The decision was controversial and brought a lot of criticism from media and fans. Even with the backlash, the move kept Bryson highly relevant and increased attention around him. Over time, especially after his 2024 finish in the U.S. Open, many fans started focusing on his personality rather than his move to Live Golf.
After joining Live Golf, Bryson DeChambeau faced even more criticism from fans and the media, but his YouTube channel began to slowly change that perception. Instead of only seeing him through press conferences and headlines, fans were able to see a different side of Bryson, more relaxed, entertaining, and genuine. His videos showed behind-the-scene moments, golf challenges, and interactions with other creators and fans, which made him feel more relatable. Many people began to appreciate his personality more, helping shift his image from controversial golfer to fan favorite. One of the biggest reasons for this shift was how open he became about the work behind his game, especially his short game practice. Fans got to watch hours of preparation, experimentation, and repetition that went into improving areas of weakness, giving people a new respect for both his work ethic and dedication to constantly improving.
His image shift continued to grow his audience, and his collaborations on YouTube began to add even more celebrities. He even played with President Donald Trump for a Break 50 video. Bryson proved his YouTube support wasn't just a trend either, when more people began to cheer for him on the golf course. Although he wouldn't win the Masters in 2024, the fan support there showed people that he was ready to switch from villain to hero. That switch would finally come at the 2024 U.S. Open.
The U.S. Open in 2024 was a huge turning point for Bryson DeChambeau's career. not only because he won, but because it completely changed how fans connected with him. The victory helped shift his image from controversial golfer to fan favorite. Fans became more invested in Bryson through the U.S. Open because of the energy he brought. He interacted with fans by smiling, signing autographs, and celebrating with the fans. Before the tournament, the fans viewed him as overly analytical and controversial. After winning, the media coverage became more positive, focusing on his passion, confidence, and connection with fans. His popularity grew beyond golf fans, with more people interacting with his YouTube channel and overall making him one of the most popular golfers in the sport.
Bryson is back to being a figure these days that generates headlines with everything he does. Recently, he's been in the news again, in a more negative light. After he failed to make the cut at the 2026 Masters despite being a heavy favorite, Bryson went back to LIV and withdrew from round 3 of the LIV Mexico City tournament due to a wrist injury. Since then, rumors have only spread that the LIV Golf League may crash entirely with no future funding. And DeChambeau continues to keep his options open, stating, quote, "I'd love to grow my YouTube channel 3 times, maybe even more," end quote, if LIV folds. Bryson still can be a divisive figure among fans, but whatever he does, one thing's for certain. He's going to continue to crush golf balls and be one of the most talked about golfers wherever he goes.